Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammacāri sukhaṃ seti asmiṃ loke param hica. He who lives righteously lives happily here in this world and the next. Friends, I am very happy to be here with you this evening to share the Dhamma with you. This is the last talk for this retreat. This is our annual family work weekend retreat. I am very happy to see you all, how you all were engaged in all different activities here, there. Now the monastery is a different place. You made a big difference. So we all appreciate it very much. As monastic, the Bhavana community, we all appreciate it very much, and we all thank you. Sincerely we thank you. On behalf of the Bhavana monastics and the whole community, I sincerely thank you and I appreciate it very much. And all monks, we all can bless upon you for the success of your all good activities. And we wish you all good health, longevity and success of all your activities. So with this, let's come to the topic. For this Dhamma talk, our topic is righteous living. Righteous living. What is righteous living? It is living with Dhamma. Living with Dhamma is righteous living. Living harmless life. Blameless life. Living rightly. Living peacefully. Eventually living based on the Dhamma. Then what is Dhamma? Dhamma simply means good. That is true on ethical basis. It's what is called good. That is Dhamma. Dhamma, if we are doing good deeds, we are living on Dhamma. It's a righteous life. But we have to understand what good is. Is the good to me? Only me? No. Good means good to me and others as well. Others means including all beings. This means our actions should be good for all. Good for me and good for all. That is what is called good in the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha has taught us something more, something beyond ethics. That is his teaching. That is the difference. You know, all Buddhas teach us three things. All Buddhas teach us to avoid evil, avoid bad deeds. Sabba papassa akarana. Then do what is good. Kusalassa upasampada. Then third, sachitta pariyodapana. Chitta means mind. Develop, cultivate your mind. These are the three things that all Buddhas teach us. So, Dhamma, whenever we talk about Dhamma here, Dhamma means the teaching of the Buddha. Dhamma, the Buddha talked both ethics and the propound Dhamma. His propound Dhamma is called Supreme Dhamma. It is quite unparalleled Dhamma. That is called Saddhamma, not only Dhamma, that's called Saddhamma, Supreme Dhamma. When he talk about ethics, he taught ethics. For the first time he taught this to his own father, Suddhodana. Suddhodana came to know that his son has attained enlightenment and live in far distant place called Rajagaha, about 200-300 miles away. He understood, he came to know that his father attained enlightenment and was preaching, giving talks and giving instructions to people and helped people to be enlightened ones. Then he sent different messengers, thousands, 10,000 plus people to invite the Buddha to his place. Eventually, he sent 1,000 persons with a minister named Kaludai. When they went to the Buddha, they invited the Buddha to come to his hometown. So the Buddha started his journey, historical journey. According to the history, Buddhist history, it was with 20,000 arahants. With 20,000 arahants, the Buddha started the journey from that place, from Rajagaha to Kapilavatthu, the place where he was born, to see his father and relatives. When they came to the place, the Sakyans, Sakyans were quite conceited Sakyans. They are not ready to respect each and every person. Even they did not want to respect the Buddha. They therefore first forwarded their children to respect the Buddha. Where the Buddha performed a miracle, emitting water from one side of the body and fire on the other side. When he did this, they all realized that he was not a simple person. He must have attained enlightenment. They realized this and they all respected the Buddha. And the Buddha taught Dhamma, and when it was evening, they all went to their own homes. And the Buddha, together with his retinue, the monks, they all rested in the temple, Nigrodharama. Nobody invited the Buddha, no special invitation for the Buddha for the following day dana, following day lunch. But the king thought that his son, now he has come to the city, he is in the monastery, as his own son, he might come for lunch tomorrow with his disciples. This number is quite big to me, 20,000. Just think of 2,000. 2,000 monks. It is literature, So, together with 2,000 monks, he prepared lunch for all these monks with his son. But Buddha did not go there. As the following day morning, Buddha did not get the invitation. Therefore, Buddha, according to the Buddha's lineage, Buddha's tradition, together with his disciples, he went to the street and went from house to house begging. When he went begging from house to house, his former wife, Yasodhara, she saw this, and then she ran to his father-in-law and said that, "Your son is begging on the street. Isn't it a shame to you?" On hearing this, he came to the Buddha and respected the Buddha and said, "This is shame. We, according to, in our lineage, nobody has begged like this. How can you do this? Your dana, your lunch is ready at the palace." When he said this, the Buddha said, "This is not your tradition. This is not the royal tradition. This is the Buddha's tradition. We, the monks, the Buddhas, we go from house to house begging." Where the Buddha said, advising him, the Buddha said, "Dhammang chare sucharita. Dhammang chare sucharita. Live a righteous life. Narang ducharitang chare. Do not live unrighteous life. Nanang ducharitang chare." Why? Dhammachari sukhang seti. He who lives righteously. Asming loke paramicha. He lives happily here in this world and the next. That is what I recited at the beginning. Dhammachari sukhang seti asming loke paramicha. He who lives righteously lives happily here and the hereafter. So friends, this is how the Buddha taught about righteousness, about skillful. There the Buddha taught him to refrain from unskillful things and develop skillful. What are the unskillful? Buddha said, abandon unskillful. What are the unskillful? Killing is unskillful. Avoid it. It is possible. Killing is skillful. Stealing is skillful. Sexual act is unskillful. False speech is unskillful. Malicious speech is unskillful. Harsh speech is unskillful. Frivolous talk is unskillful. Covetousness is unskillful. Ill will is unskillful. Wrong view is unskillful. Buddha gave 10 things. Unskillful things. Abandon this. On another occasion, the Buddha said, addressing the monks, Buddha said, "Monks, this unskillful can be abandoned. It is possible, monks, it is possible to abandon unskillful. If it were impossible to abandon unskillful, I do not say so. I do not say abandon unskillful. It is possible. That is why I say that. When you abandon unskillful, it's conducive to benefit, your own benefit, your pleasure. Therefore, abandon unskillful. Then skillful. Skillful is to be developed. What are skillful? Refrain from killing is skillful. This is Dhamma. This is how we practice. This is how we have to understand Dhamma. You have to develop skillful and abandon unskillful. So, refraining from killing is skillful. Refraining from stealing is skillful. Refraining from sexual misconduct is skillful. Refraining from false speech is skillful. Refraining from malicious speech is skillful. Refraining from harsh speech is skillful. Refraining from frivolous talk is skillful. Refraining from covetousness is skillful. Refraining from ill will is skillful. Refraining from wrong view is skillful. If you refrain from these things, that is what is called skillfulness. You are skilled to come to the path. You have developed skillfulness to come to the path. What is the path? The Buddha said, of all paths, the best is the middle path. Middle path is the best path of all. That is the path that the Buddha rediscovered. The middle path is avoiding extremes. He pointed out at the very first discourse, in his very first discourse, he pointed out that there are two extremes in the world. Sensual indulgence is one extreme. Self-mortification is the other. So he said, avoid both these and come to the middle path, middle way. Middle way was taught by the Buddha. So when we abandon wrong view, we come to right view, right understanding. When we have right understanding, we can understand what is good as good, what is evil, what is bad as bad. We can understand merit and demerit. We can select, we can choose merit from demerit. We can understand what is good and bad, right and wrong. Not only that, we can understand Dhamma. We can understand Four Noble Truths. That is the Dhamma. That is the understanding level. With that understanding, with that clear understanding, we start to think where our thoughts are good. Then we think to do what is good. We want to share with people. We want to give. We want to offer things. We practice this. That is Dhamma. That is how you live righteously. Then we extend metta, love and friendliness. Love and friendliness to all beings without any discrimination. Boundless metta to all beings in your front direction without any discrimination. All beings in your back direction. All beings in your right direction. All beings in your left direction. All beings in your upper direction. And all beings in your lower direction. That is how you practice metta, love and friendliness. Then you completely give up cruelty. How can you practice cruelty? How can you harm other beings if you practice metta? If you really practice metta, you can never kill, never harm other beings. So you completely refrain from killing. And not only killing, harming other beings. That is skillfulness. That is your skillfulness. You are skilled one then. You are skillful one. So in such a way, your thoughts are good then. Then whenever you get together, whenever you talk, what you talk? You think. You have to think first. Without thinking, we cannot talk. If we talk too much, if you talk on different subjects, what happens? What is spoiling? Your mind. That is why the Buddha said, if you want to talk, better you talk something good, something on Dhamma, otherwise be silent. So when you think, you can talk. Since you have good thoughts, good ideas, you start to talk. Talk what? You talk something good. That is refraining from false speech. You never lie. No harsh speech. No carrying tales. No divisive talks. That's how you speak. This is the path. This is the middle path. This is the way for peace, real happiness. So we talk about good things. Then we act as we talk. As we talk, we think, we then talk, and we act. What is our action? Good actions. Our actions are good. When we act good things, when we do good deeds, that is what is our life. Life is not beyond something our actions. Life means action. Life means life. You are alive. You are alive. If you are alive, you move here, there, you do things, actions, bodily actions. Your bodily actions, verbal actions and mental actions. That is what is life. Your life, then, if you are doing good deeds, your life is righteous life. That is what is called Samma Ajiva, right livelihood. In the path, the Noble Eightfold Path, there are 8 factors of the middle path, Noble Eightfold Path. There are 8 factors of the 8. This is the 5th one. When you do these things, you simply follow the path. So the 5th one is right livelihood. To live righteously. To live righteously, what should you do? You should earn righteously. You should do right things. Buddha recommended to live righteously, live a balanced life. Buddha said, live a balanced life. Where we have to understand there are certain things to refrain, like refraining from wrong types of trades. There are 5 different types of trades to be avoided by cultured people, civilized people, not only Buddhist. When you become a Buddhist, you become a cultured person, civilized person. But civilized persons are Buddhist. Cultured persons are Buddhist. Not necessarily you follow the Buddha's profound teaching. When you become a civilized person, you can become a Buddhist. So civilized people think that wrong things are wrong. This is the first thing to be understood by humans. Humans are called manussa. Mana ussa. Ussa means high. Those who have higher mind, developed mind. In comparison with other beings, human mind is a developed mind. That is why that we can develop further this mind, we can develop further and further for the perfection. So the Buddha said, to lead a righteous life, we have to avoid 5 types of trading. Trading in arms, trading, raising and trading animals for slaughtering. Then intoxicant, weapons, trading these things, and flesh, 5 things. We have to avoid these things, these types of trades. So then we can come to a righteous life. Whenever we think of our life, we can be happy that I don't do harm. I don't do harmful things for me and society. In such a way, we can lead a righteous life. That is called right livelihood. Once, a person named Ujjaya came to the Buddha and said, Bhante, I am going to go to a different place. I am going to move from here to a distant place. Please give me an advice for the benefit and happiness of this world and the next world. Where the Buddha said 4 things, 4 accomplishments to be accomplished for the benefit, for the happiness of this world. Where the Buddha said, first thing the Buddha said, effort, make a right effort. That is initiative. Accomplishment of initiative. Make an effort, right effort, to earn righteously. Earn righteously. We can earn righteously or unrighteously. By hook or by crook. That is not the right living. Not by any means, but right means. Therefore, Buddha said, earn righteously. That is the first thing. To earn righteously, make effort. With effort you earn. With your own effort. Think, talk and work. That's the first thing. Then the second one is protect what you earn. Protect what you earn. Your hard-earned money or other wealth, other things. You have to protect them properly. You should not spend your hard-earned money for unnecessary things. Squandering money. That's the second thing. Protect what you earn. Then the third one is associate with a good friend. You should associate with good friends. Friends, this is one of the most important factors of life. Whenever we associate with bad friends, who are bad friends? People become good or bad with their own actions. Actions is the problem, not the persons, not the people. Actions of the people. If they are doing wrong, bad actions, they become bad persons. Therefore, Buddha's advice is associate with good friends. Then live righteously with a balanced life. That means understand and try to balance your income with your expenditure. Understand income and expenditure and lead a balanced life. Those are the 4 things that the Buddha gave him for the benefit and happiness of this life. That is to live righteously. And then for the happiness, for the benefit of next life, Buddha gave 4 things. What are the 4 things? Confidence. Buddha said, develop confidence. What is confidence? Trust. Trust what? You trust yourself. It's not enough. You can trust others. Simply trusting others, it's not enough. You have to trust the Buddha. You have to trust the Dhamma. You have to trust the Sangha. Only Buddha can help us to stop our dukkha, unsatisfactoriness. Whenever we are born, we have to face different dukkha. As we come to this world again and again, we face dukkha again and again. The Buddha said, birth is dukkha, decay is dukkha, death is dukkha, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, all these are dukkha, unsatisfactory. Only Buddha teaches the cessation of dukkha. All other teachers teach us good things. No doubt. They all teach us good things. But only Buddha teach us what the dukkha is and the cessation of dukkha. That is why the Buddhas are born. Buddhas are born to this world to teach these 2 things. They revealed us what the dukkha is, and they show the path leading to the cessation of dukkha. So dukkha is to be ceased. In order to cease dukkha, we have to go to the refuge of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Buddha is the only matchless. He is the matchless teacher, matchless refuge. Dhamma is the matchless refuge. Sangha is the matchless refuge. That is why we go to the refuge of the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. We say, Buddhang saranang gacchami. I go to the refuge of the Buddha. Dhammang saranang gacchami. I go to the Dhamma for refuge. Sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Sangha for refuge. That is how we go to the refuge of the triple gem. With that we think of the qualities of the Buddha. We think of the qualities of the Dhamma, of the qualities of the Sangha. Whenever we think of these qualities, whenever we recite this, whenever we think of this, then we can develop our confidence. Buddha said, develop your confidence. When you have a confidence, you become the most wealthy person in this world. You are the wealthiest in the world. Why? It is with this confidence When you develop your confidence, confidence becomes a faculty. Confidence becomes a power. Confidence, when you have unwavering confidence, you can enter the path as a stream winner. That is why Buddha said, develop confidence in your daily life, for your dharmic life, righteous life. Confidence is one of the very much needed factors. So, when you have confidence, you can be happy here in this world and hereafter. For the benefit and happiness of the next world, the Buddha said 4 things. Of the 4, the first one is confidence. Then when you have confidence, you think of your own morality, own precepts. You want to follow some principles, precepts. What are the principles? What are the precepts? As laypersons, the 5 precepts are the daily precepts for laypersons. Refraining from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, false speech and intoxicant. Those 5 are the precepts for laypersons in daily life. So, that is what is your morality. Develop morality. Observe precepts. When you observe precepts, you yourself can be very happy. That is your virtue. On that virtuous ground, you can practice, you can sit and meditate. Whenever you go to the cushion, your heart is very joy, purified heart, because you are with precepts. Whenever you think of that, I never kill beings, I am happy, I am purified. I never steal, I never engage in sexual misconduct. Like that, you yourself can think of your own sila. That is called sila. Then it gives you ananda. Ananda means joy. In such a way, you can think of your own sila. So the Buddha said, develop your sila. Then the Buddha said, share things with others. Give things away so that you can cut off your craving. That is the purpose of sharing. That is the purpose of giving. To eradicate your craving. Craving is the cause of dukkha, all dukkha. Whether small or big, small or large, dukkha arises because of craving. So reduce your craving. In order to reduce, give things away. Share with others. Rather hoarding. Share with others. Then the 4th one is wisdom. Develop your wisdom. When you develop your wisdom, how should you develop your wisdom? In order to develop your wisdom, you have to practice meditation. You have to relax yourself. You have to calm down yourself. In order to calm down, you have to sit somewhere. While you are running, you cannot calm down. While you are going here, there are many different things, doing many different things. You cannot calm down. You cannot develop your wisdom. For that you have to sit somewhere. Because first you have to calm down your body. When you calm down your body, when you stop talking, you can stop both bodily actions and verbal actions. Then the problem is mental actions. You start to think. When you sit on your cushion, you are going to think too many things. You cannot do this overnight. You cannot calm down your mind overnight. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. So you have to do it again and again. That is what is called Bhavana. Bhavita. You do it again and again. You have to do it, you have to practice it again and again. Meditation. That is righteous living. When you live in such a way, righteously, you can be happy. The Buddha said, when you live righteously in this manner, you will be protected by the Dhamma. Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. Who protects the Dhamma will be protected by the Dhamma. Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. When we practice in this manner, we experience the Dhamma. Then we have joy, we have happiness, we have rapture. Once, a king heard that the Buddha is living in a particular distant city. As Buddha was born, now when he went to his pleasure garden, he met some merchants from that particular city, and they gave the message of the Buddha. On hearing this, right there, he gave up everything, abdicated his throne and everything. From there, he did not want to come back to the palace. From his pleasure garden, together with his ministers, he started to seek the Dhamma, seek the Buddha, and he went to see the Buddha. When he went to the Buddha, he saw the Buddha, and Buddha taught him the Dhamma, and he became a monk in the sasana. Whenever he was practicing mindfulness of breathing. Perfectly he practiced. Once Buddha showing him, said, monks, did anyone of you see that he was wavering, shivering, wavering while he was practicing? The monk said, no, Bhante. Whether he was practicing in public or privately, this is how he is practicing. He is like a post, not wavering, because he practiced anapanasati, mindfulness of breathing. He practiced in this manner and he became an enlightened one. After his enlightenment, he started to say, oh, what a bliss, oh, bliss, oh, what a bliss. He was murmuring this, and he was saying this. The monk saw that he was saying, oh, bliss, what a bliss. He must have repented on what he gave up now, abandoned his throne, his property and everything. Now he is thinking of these things, and he is now sort of repenting. So the monks thought this, and they went to the Buddha and complained this. Bhante, that person, he became a monk and now he is repenting on what he had done. So the Buddha said, no, this is not that. He has attained enlightenment. He has touched the Dhamma. He has experienced the Dhamma through his own body. Therefore, Dhamma Piti, he has Dhamma Piti. Those who imbibe the Dhamma, now he's imbibed Dhamma, he drinks Dhamma, he enjoys Dhamma, he experiences the Dhamma through his own body. Dhamma Piti Sukhang Seti, he lives happily because of Dhamma. You see, that is why we have to practice Dhamma. We have to go with the Dhamma. So even though we simply read Dhamma, too many things, reading, writing, talking too much on Dhamma, that is not the way. The Buddha said that is not the real way. Na tavata dhammadaro. Buddha said in the Dhammapada, na tavata dhammadaro yavata bahu bhasati. Simply though one speaks too much on Dhamma, is not a well-versed one. He is not established in the Dhamma. But even a little thing, even you know only one verse, if you know it and if you see it, if you practice and experience this, kayena passati, dhammang kayena passati. If you experience the Dhamma through your own body, that is the person who really engaged. That is the person versed in Dhamma. That is why we have to practice more and more. That is why we have to understand Dhamma more and more. Now let's understand what are the things to be done in our life. Once the Buddha said, simply practice 5 things. Practice 5 things. Because once a person went to the Buddha and said, Bhante, I am afraid of my life as I am now quite old. The city is crowded day by day. It is populated and many different things in the city. When I come through the city, I might hit by a horse or an elephant or chariot. I'm afraid that I might die on the spot. If I die in such a way, what would happen to me, Bhante? He asked. Then the Buddha said, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of. If you practice 5 things, your next life will be definitely a good one, a happy destination. What are the 5 things to practice? The Buddha said, practice confidence. You see again how important is the confidence? Practice confidence, Buddha said. Then said, morality, precepts. Observe precepts. Then listen to the Dhamma. Learn the Dhamma. Then practice generosity. Practice meditation. These are the 5 things the Buddha recommended. When we practice these things as Dhamma, these are ours. Once the Buddha said, living one single day, understanding the Dhamma, experiencing the Dhamma, is better than living 100 years without understanding, without experiencing the Dhamma. You see? One single day here in this world is enough. Realizing the Dhamma, experiencing the Dhamma. Therefore, we have to understand this Dhamma, how the Buddha has taught us. Before his passing away, one monk went to the Buddha and said, Bhante, all other monks are sorrowful as you are going to pass away now. All other monks are sorrowful and some of them are crying. But one monk is sitting there and meditating. One particular monk named Dhamma. He is meditating, Bhante. Then the Buddha said, okay, better you go ask him to come here. Now the Buddha is going to pass. So he asked the person to come. Then he sent for him and the person came, and then Buddha said, is that true that all other monks are sorrowful and crying, and while you are practicing, is that true? Then the Buddha said, yes, Bhante. Bhante, I thought that you are going to pass soon. I thought that is the best thing is to practice and attain a different stage. At least one stage. I thought that it is the best thing to do. The Buddha said, sadhu, sadhu. Oh, excellent, excellent. That is how you have to practice my Dhamma. That is how you have to follow this Dhamma. Yeah, the Buddha said, Dhamma Ramo, Dhamma Rato, Dhammang Anu Vichitya, Dhammang Anusarang Bhikkhu, Saddhamma na parihayati. Dhamma Ramo, who dwells in the Dhamma, who delights in the Dhamma. Dhamma Rato, who meditates on the Dhamma, who memorizes the Dhamma, will never fall away from the Dhamma. This is why, friends, we have to practice the Dhamma. You never fall away from the supreme Dhamma. That is how the Buddha said. Saddhamma na parihayati. Saddhamma, as I said this earlier, Saddhamma is the real Dhamma of the Buddha. What are the Saddhamma then? Saddhamma means there are 37 factors which are called 37 factors of enlightenment. What are those 37? 4 establishments of mindfulness. There are 4 establishments of mindfulness. 4 right efforts. Again 4. Then 4 roads to power. Again 4. Then 5 spiritual faculties. Then 5. 5 mental powers comes 5. Then 7 factors of enlightenment. 7. Then Noble Eightfold Path. Those are called 37 factors of enlightenment. These 37 factors of enlightenment are to be understood, to be realized. Know and see. These are to be known and to be seen. To know this, we have to understand, we have to read the Dhamma. Rather, read in many different things. We can read many different things, But if we have not read Dhamma, if we have not touched the Dhamma, what is the use? Can we use this in our next life? But if you know the Dhamma, Dhamma will remain there in your mind. It helps you in your next life as well. That is the nature of Dhamma. It helps you to practice so that it helps you in your next life as well. So Dhamma is to be understood. This supreme Dhamma, that is what I said, that it is unparalleled Dhamma. Only this Dhamma can produce a stream enterer. Only this Dhamma can produce a once returner. Only this Dhamma can produce a non-returner. Only this Dhamma can produce an Arahant, the enlightened one. Why? Why only this Dhamma? In other Dhamma, the problem is there is a little one inside. As long as you believe that little one inside, you cannot understand that everything is impermanent. This point. You cannot understand that everything is impermanent. Buddha said, understand the world. What is the world? This is the world. Loka Dhamma. Understand Loka, this world. Understand there are Paloka Dhamma. What is Paloka Dhamma? Whatever is subject to disintegrate, changing, conditioned things. Things are conditioned. Understand. Things come to be. Things come to pass. And within, things changing, ever changing. That is what is called anicca. Understand this nature of impermanence. Once you understand the nature of impermanence, you can understand things are unsatisfactory as well. Then in which you don't find that little one, inside or outside, no little one, called self or soul. No soul to go transmigrate from birth to birth. No permanent entity, but only activities here. Physical activities and mental activities. That's it all. Activities, no entities. That can be seen only through vipassana, only through this Dhamma. That is the difference, friends. That is to be understood. When we practice this Saddhamma, when we understand this Saddhamma, we can understand these three, which are called three characteristics of existence. When you see these three characteristics of existence, you see dukkha as dukkha, the cause of dukkha as the cause of dukkha, the cessation of dukkha as the cessation of dukkha, and the path leading to the cessation of dukkha as the path leading to the cessation of dukkha. The Four Noble Truths. When you understand the Four Noble Truths and the three characteristics of existence, you see these are interdependent. These are interconnected. These are interlinked. You see that net. You see the net of the Dhamma. Dhamma net. Through which you can understand, you can become a stream enterer. You can become a once-returner. You can become a non-returner. And finally you can become an Arahant, the enlightened one in the world. So this is the way. This is the way to live. This is the way to live righteously. Therefore, friends, let's all understand the significance of this Dhamma. Let's all practice the Dhamma so that we can live a righteous life. We can live happily, peacefully here in this world and hereafter. So finally, I want to suggest you 4 things to do. These are to do. What are the things to do? I suggest you to read what is good. Read something on the Dhamma. Something good. Good to yourself, good to others. Read what is good. Second thing, associate with good friends. Associate with good friends. Third, keep your principles. 5 precepts. Or you yourself can make your principles, your resolutions. The best day to keep a resolution is your birthday. Whenever the birthday, now you see how many birthdays you pass. You cut cake. Cake never help you to go to heaven or to a good destination. But if you keep a resolution on that day, it will definitely help you for the happiness of this world or the next world. Keep a resolution on your birthday. Do things, something to do. Avoid what is bad, unwholesome things, whatever unwholesome things, do it, give it up on that day. And keep a resolution. That is your principle. Don't break it on any occasion. Things happen in society to break such principles. You know, sometimes you keep a resolution, but eventually when you go to a certain place, suppose a party, your resolution is gone. No such things. Resolution is resolution. It is the principle. It's my principle. I don't break it. For whatever reason. Keep resolution. That is the third thing. And fourth thing is practice meditation at least half an hour morning, half an hour evening. This is my instructions. This is my suggestions. So with this, we come to the conclusion of this Dhamma talk. As you all help us during this weekend, you acquire a great deal of merit. This is how you help to the well-being for the benefit of the sasana. Sasana means dispensation of the Buddha. When you keep this place clean, what happens? Throughout the year, many people come here and get the benefit. So you helped for the benefit of the sasana. You help us in different manner. We appreciate it. You yourself can think of it. What you did. You know better what you did. With that you can be happy today, tomorrow, next week, next year, and finally, last breath. Even before your last breath, if you can think of this, oh, what I did was this. I went to Bhavana, help in different ways. I meditated. I practiced charity, generosity. I observe precepts. These are the things to be understood if you are in a hospice. You don't know where we end up. But we can think of this as we are doing good deeds. So, as you all did wonderful meritorious deeds, you can think of this. And now you all got together and listen to this Dhamma talk. Listening to the Dhamma talk is a wonderful meritorious deed. And teaching Dhamma is also a wonderful meritorious deed. We all got together and we did this wonderful meritorious deed. As we all acquire a great deal of merit, let's share this merit with our dearly departed relatives. May all our dearly departed ones, including our parents, our relatives, may they all rejoice this merit, what we acquired during this weekend. And may all deities rejoice this merit. By the power of all this merit, may we all attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. With that good thought, says Sadhu, 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 Sadhu.